This is our README file. This is like to explain what we worked on. So for here, we have this project overview. We're working on global biodiversity and deforestation and show how it correlates to each other. We got our data sets from Kaggle, and you can find the references inside the files. And for the Python scripts, we have app.py, biodiversity, comparison, deforestation. So these are the pages that we're going to run. So without further ado, let's start with app.py and run it in our local host. So we use Streamlit to host our web app. And so the first page is biodiversity data dashboard. You can see the complete data set here. So this shows the country and the animals and then their status. So let's say we have plants, invertebrates. We know these creatures exist. We know how many creatures. So these are like counts. And we also know if they're like under threat or if they're like endangered or vulnerable. So endangered would be ENDG, vulnerable would be VLN, and critical would be CRIT. So this is the data set. And if you want to see like per country, so let's say Australia, then you would have this many, or UK. You can also like make it like smaller, so it would be like a much smaller table to filter it out. You can also see like, for example, just fishes in Poland, then you can see like this. So first thing here is the pie chart. It shows the distribution of species globally. So we are talking about multiple species here when we talk about biodiversity locally. So we got fishes, birds, plants, mammals, invertebrates, amphibians, reptiles, mollusks, and lichens. And first analysis is this bar chart. So top 10 countries with the most endangered species. We have Germany at the top. And the numbers here are like thousands. So this is about like 10K, 12K we're talking here. And then as for other countries, they have like lighter shade, which falls under less than 5K. So it shows that these countries, they definitely need to work on taking care of their endangered species. And to analyze it more, endangered, vulnerable, critical, and known species, we have a scatter plot to see, which can also be viewed in a full screen here. So based on the colors, we can see which one is like higher amount of like need more attention. So similarly, we have other bar charts here with the countries, so we can check out here. So this is for the vulnerable species, this is for the critical, and this is like all the species that we know based on the country. And here are the data sources that we use, which is the biodiversity data and the deforestation data from Kaggle. Next page is deforestation, which we can use the radio button here to navigate. So here we have the table, a full table, just like before, to see all the data. And if you want to filter it, you can filter them by using like this. So you can see like per one country. Then we created a bar chart to talk about the top 10 countries with the highest forest loss. So we have here Guernsey, Bern, Iceland. So these countries have like a percentage of 80% plus. But in the table, right, this is like negative numbers. But in some countries, they also have like a positive numbers, which means like 1.2. So they start growing more trees, so they take care of their forest. So we can also see like the forest changes over time based on like multiple different countries. So most of the countries, it shows that this dark blue color, it goes down, which means that they didn't take care of the forest. They lost more. So this data is from 2000 to 2020 highlighting. And then we can also see like this heat map. So in this heat map, we can see like this darker red color. So it shows like a 23.9%. They have more forest change percent. Then these have like 1.2, so which is like a better kind of. And then this kind of light shade, it shows a negative number. So this would be negative 9.9. So the insights here, we also got the same database. The references are here. And here is the comparison. So for the comparison, we can find out this data set, same thing, filter. We have the species status. So we have critical, endangered, no threat, and vulnerable, all measured here. And then based on the countries, we created a donut chart. So what happens when the trees are like gone? It affects the invertebrates and the plants that depend on the larger trees, like moss, they also die. And also like birds and fishes which die because they do not have like the ecosystem to depend on anymore. And this also scatter plot, we can see more insights about the forest change, affecting the number of species dying. And this is the biodiversity efficiency, so top 15 countries, which are like taking care of the forest area and which are not. and this is the final data set. So this is it. Thank you very much.